We have to protect those who protect us.
Turning now to an Eyewitness News exclusive. Farmington police officer James O'Donnell was crushed and nearly lost his life after a suspect driving a stolen car hit him as he tried to get away from the scene. Tonight, we are speaking exclusively with his wife.
And last week, she brought us into her life and detailed how her family has been changed forever. Now, Channel 3 chief investigative reporter Matthew Campbell is telling us about her crusade to protect police by pushing for a change to a controversial law.
Well, Mark and Aaron, the law she's looking to change is the Police Accountability Act. She's using what happened to her husband as a prime example of how officers are now approaching the job differently.
On the morning of September 20th, Farmington police officer James O'Donnell was responding to a call for stolen catalytic converters on Talcott Forest Road. He was struck by a stolen car that was trying to flee. As his wife Chris was rushing to be by his side in the hospital, a flood of emotions and questions raced through her mind.
Is he going to survive? My second thought was, oh my God, if this is deemed an unjustified shooting, we are going to have years of litigation ahead of us.
The thought of potential litigation after police use force is more of a reality now than ever before. Last year, the legislature passed the Police Accountability Act.
I believe in 90% of this bill.
One part is controversial. It's removed what's known as qualified immunity, meaning police officers who use force can be sued in civil court. Chris relates it to what happened on the 20th.
If he shot and this shooting was unjustified, we could have been personally liable in civil court and lost everything we've just worked for.
Through dashcam video released last week, we see the incident unfold. Chris felt it was important to see it herself.
I needed to see every second of it, and I watched it over and over.
It is not easy to watch. We froze the video here to give perspective of the situation. The suspect is in the white car. There are a row of parked cars to his right. Trees are behind him, and you can see him reverse into one. This angle shows he was blocked off by Officer O'Donnell's cruiser.
That car looked trapped.
If Officer O'Donnell, fearing for his life, had fired a shot in this situation, because the white car appeared trapped, that shooting could have been scrutinized.
And a jury does not have a trained eye. I don't have a trained eye, and I thought the car was trapped. I would not have believed a car could physically move in a 4-foot space.
Here's what actually happened. The 3-year veteran raised his weapon, but did not fire.
He hesitated. He hesitated. To a reasonable eye, 6 feet, a 6-foot car cannot fit through a 4-foot space. And then it happened.
And O'Donnell nearly lost his life. He has crushing injuries from his waist down. Chris says he has no lower body strength and will be spending at least a month rehabilitating at Gaylord Hospital in Wallingford. Chris firmly believes her husband didn't shoot because he was fearful of a lawsuit.
He protected us. I know that he protected us.
The suspect, 32-year-old Pedro Acevedo, was arrested. We learned he was convicted of assault just 42 days prior to this crime. He's being held on a $750,000 bond while police look for an accomplice who they believe is still on the loose.
What do you think he's probably doing right now? Probably stealing more cars. So, I mean, we've got to start coming up with some consequences.
In addition to juggling a full-time job in the judicial system, O'Donnell is trying to repurpose the house to be ADA accessible. She takes care of their 2 kids, 2-year-old Andrew and 6-month-old Saoirse. She's also staying vocal on social media.
Nobody was saying justice for James.
Angry and unflinching, Chris argues that without qualified immunity, which existed before the Police Accountability Bill passed into law, officers aren't able to react in the moment.
Officers can't be required to be able to process things in milliseconds. And they're crucified.
Through direct call-outs on Instagram, she's challenging lawmakers to revisit the accountability law.
They can't ignore it now.
Many are responding, and she's confident the bill will be discussed during the next legislative session.
The evil is winning over the good right now, and we need to fix it.
The reason Chris wanted to do this interview is because she says she feels forgotten and says she owes it to her husband to share their reality as well as the reality that officers here in the state are facing. She wants people to see the unfiltered dash cam video of her husband being hit. We have not shown it on television, but we have posted it on the Channel 3 website and the YouTube page. Just know it is very difficult to watch. Matthew Campbell, Channel 3 News.